Hey everyone, so this is Harrowhold 20 man, and this is phase 1. So in this video we're gonna be making a full rotation on all of the dragons, so you're gonna get to see a bit of all of them. And as far as I know, there's been added just one new mechanic on every dragon. So if you are familiar with Harrowhold 30 man, then it's not gonna be that difficult to get used to this. Yeah, and so we're on the white dragon to start out with. I don't know if I already said that. Yeah, and since there's less people, I'm solo healing my team here. Yeah, this is the worst part of it, having to dispel people really quickly. It's just stressful having to aim. And that was the new mechanic. It's just gonna fly up in the air, and then it does the in and out mechanic, sort of like a donut thing. But it's just always so unexpected when it does it, I feel like, because you don't get a screen message or like a warning. And because this dragon is flying up all the time, it's just about getting to know the pattern of it. Because it just looks a little bit different than its normal way of flying up. And that's the only way you can tell. At least that's the only way I can tell when it does it. And this message is just like when you have to stun the boss. Otherwise it's gonna start spawning a lot of things that are gonna make it a lot more difficult, so you have to stun it. Yeah, I was not ready for it, but it seems like if you have good enough gear, you can survive getting hit by it once. That's what just happened to me. Yeah, sorry. I didn't even notice that the tank died, so I was a little bit too slow to rescue him. Yeah, always make sure you check your stacks. I always move on to the next dragon if I have 9 stacks and not 8, because if you have 8 stacks, then you risk dying on the next dragon, because you're gonna reach 10 stacks then, and you're like perma-dead once you reach 10 stacks. The only thing you can do is to log out if that happens. And so with the laser on this dragon, you have to be careful not to aim towards the orange or the white dragon, because this range on the laser is so far, it can kill people on those sides. So you just try to aim towards the wall. That's the safest thing. And also when you're placing the small mobs, what are they called? Meltitas, I think that's what they're called. You have to place them to the wall, because the people who are gonna need to kill them later on, it will be unsafe if they have to aim towards the white dragon. And so the new mechanic is like, once it spawns those mobs, your healer is gonna need to dispel them using regression or plague. So here I got one. I'm gonna move it towards the wall, but yeah, sadly we didn't place them together, so I could only dispel one of them. But you can see the shield on the other one. Somebody is gonna need to dispel that later, because I'm on cooldown now. And now you can't, the laser is not gonna work on this mob because it has the shield, so it's not gonna die. But the other one can die because it doesn't have a shield. I think that's the only new thing on the red one, so yeah, I think so. And as usual, this shield has to be broken in time, otherwise that's also a wipe mechanic if it's not broken in time. And so the orange one is one of the ones that I'm not so familiar with. Just the new mechanic. I'm just not that good at it yet. Yeah, and we can't kill it yet. We have to wait for the next rotation. So we're gonna have to leave it here for a while. With this thing, you just place these Hakans to the walls. Oh, this is the new mechanic. You have to iframe this thing or you're gonna get one shot. I'm not even sure if I actually iframed it here or if I survived somehow, because I'm not sure if you're supposed to take any damage at all by it, or yeah, and don't don't do what I just did. I just had a feeling like, oh, I should give some mana because I feel like I'm not doing anything at the moment. Sometimes I'm just like, I'm not doing enough. I need to go do something, and then I died. And nobody even needed mana, so yeah. And it's only gonna do that mechanic once for each team that passes through this dragon, so you won't have to see it again. That's why it's also a little bit hard to get used to things, because you don't see them that often. So now, yeah, we can't kill it. We have to wait for the shield to come up and then move over to the other dragon, because some of the dragons' HP are a lot higher than this. So we just kind of have to, yeah, just have to leave it till we move on to the next side. So just destroy this shield and then walk over to the orange one. And the orange one, nope, sorry, this is the yellow one. My bad. I just feel like you have to stay really far out of range if you don't want to get hit by this one, if you're a healer, because it turns around and the range on the attack are so far. But it seems like that for the tank too, because I see him moving really far in front of it. So this is normal. You dodge and then dispel the boss really fast. Then you have to destroy these rocks, and right afterwards you need to stun the boss. And I was the first one to do that. Yeah. Okay, look at the floor now. It's like doing the new mechanic, which is kind of fun because in the beginning I didn't know what was happening at all. But it does like a circle coming outwards, and you have to dodge in. It's kind of the same as in Velik's Sanctuary hard mode on the last boss there. And then it turns you into a rock, but the rock, it can be destroyed by your teammates, or the boss can also destroy it. So yeah, that's phase 1, and I hope I could help you just a little bit, if anything. And if you would like to see phase 2, then you can click somewhere on the screen. I think I'm gonna put a link up there. So, bye.